Hello everybody, happy weekend, happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I hope you're all doing really well. Today I am playing a little bit more with my Daniel Smith watercolor sticks. I already have some leftovers in my dishes, but I think I need to add a little bit more. However, I'm gonna do that later because I am trying to work with layering watercolors today. So my first layer is gonna be on the lighter side so I can build up layers. But all of that will become a little bit more clear as I start working. I also pulled out the Schmincke Ultramarine Blue because I don't have an ultramarine blue in the Daniel Smith, but that is the only one that is in a tube and not in a stick form. And I will be using my Hahnemühle watercolor paper per usual. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of water in these dishes so that they can reactivate while I talk a little bit more, because I also received some happy mail this week. And well, actually it was last week. But I had a couple of videos scheduled ahead of time, so I wasn't really able to talk about it. I follow this gal, Art with M, on YouTube, and I just adore her stuff. She mainly works in collage and she paints all of her papers herself, textures them. It's just a joy to watch her create these amazing pieces. And she recently announced that she has to temporarily postpone shipping to the US because of all the tariffs. So I had to jump on the opportunity because I've been meaning to order some prints from her for a long time and I just haven't done it yet. So I did, and I purchased this beautiful owl collage print that I am just so happy to call my own. And then I also got this really cute, super vibrant and bright flower collage. And I just love it so much. And then I also got a couple of washi tapes. One has boats on it and the other one has flowers and ladybugs and butterflies on it, and it's just so cheerful. So if you want to see more of her art and how she creates all of these pieces, please go pay her a visit to her channel. I will link it down below in my description box along with everything else that I'm using today. But yeah, go visit her on her channel and see how she creates these amazing pieces. So I think for my piece today, I want to use one of her washi tapes, and because I'm working with blue and greens, I'm gonna use the little boat washi tape just to tape off my paper. I don't necessarily do this a lot, but I am going to be working a little bit bigger than the usual 9x6, and so I want to tape my sides off. So I just want to make sure that the tape is down really well and doesn't have a chance to seep underneath. And like I said, the goal is just to create a very light colored background. The challenge is always for me to get a light wash down, because I don't know, for some reason it's always way too way too bright. I know it doesn't look like much right now, but oh, you just wait and see. I'm just kidding. I don't even know. I think I'm just gonna leave it like that and let it dry. And then I will be back to put down the next layer. My initial idea was to cover the whole background in these multicolored bricks, and obviously I would have done it with much lighter colors, but it just felt a little bit too busy for what I wanted to put on top. So that's why I went with just regular splotches of very light colors as a background instead. And because these turned out more in a circle motion, I decided to add more circle elements to my next layer. I have not worked a lot with this neutral tint by Daniel Smith, but I really like it. It's a very soft gray, and you can make it quite dark, and it does have a little bit of a granulation to it, so I think I want to use it a little bit more and maybe make a more moody monochromatic scene with it. I think that would work really well. It gives it a little bit more depth to the blues and the greens that I use. Usually I would have gone for a purple to add to it, and I will add purple a little bit later on, but I really like this combination. Fun fact, I learned how to draw these types of rosebud flowers when I was doing cookies, and I just kind of remembered, and because I wanted more circular elements, this tied in nicely, I think. My usual paper size is about 6 by 9 inches, and I just cut my paper in half. It saves me on paper, and I can finish it in a timely manner for my videos, and it also fits into my viewfinder a little bit better than a bigger piece of paper. So working on this full piece of paper kind of was a little bit intimidating to me in the beginning, but I quickly realized that I was able to fill it very fast. In fact, I almost felt like I was running out of space because I really wanted to add another one of those roses in, and I wasn't able to fit it in. So maybe that is a sign that I am ready to work a little bit bigger. Who knows? But I really enjoyed fitting all of these elements onto this paper and just filling it up with things. And I used elements that I am comfortable with and that are easy for me. That might be a good tip for someone like me who is used to working on a smaller scale and wants to scale up a little bit but doesn't know how. Just stick with elements that you're comfortable with and that come easy to you. Some elements worked a little bit better than others, but the goal of this was for me to not be too critical of myself and just have fun. And as you can see, some of those light blue leaves that I painted on a layer that wasn't quite dry yet, and so it kind of melted into the circles, but that's okay. I'm trying to just have fun and be a little bit more loose and explore, and that was the main goal of this practice. I know I have been jumping around in my style quite a bit lately, and I'm wondering if the low views are because of that, or if it's the YouTube algorithm that doesn't know what to do and who to send those videos out to. Or it could have just been because it was summer and a lot of people have not been around or have not been able to watch my videos. Either way, I hope that my content is still bringing you ideas and making you want to take out your art supplies and just have fun with them. I am definitely not here to complain. My channel has been steadily growing, and I am super thankful for that, because the money that I make here on YouTube generally goes straight back into purchasing art supplies and, paying for the music that goes into my videos and setting up an online store. That all costs money, and that's where that money goes to. So for all of you that are tuning into my videos on a weekly basis, just know that I'm super thankful for you being here, and I hope that my content is a steady flow of inspiration to you all. Okay, so what I'm calling my third layer now, I am bringing in my Arrtx acrylic pens and my fine liner pens and my Posca pens, just to add a little bit more interest and a different media. I don't bring those Arrtx acrylic markers out often enough because obviously I work mostly with watercolors, but the coverage on these is intense and they're super easy to apply and very smooth. And to use these for a third layer to cover up some of maybe mistakes that I made, or just to give the piece a little bit more texture, they work really well. The only downside with these is that they tend to unscrew and become loose, so I have to constantly screw them tightly. I am going to continue doodling over the rest of this page. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comment section below the video. I will try my best to get to all of them in a timely manner. And other than that, I thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more, I have a link at the end of this video that will take you to all of the videos that I have done this year. Have a wonderful weekend wherever you are in the world. Stay creative, and I will see you next Friday.